Kevin, always an exciting time, preseason leading up to opening night. What are you feeling right now?
I think there's a couple things going through my mind. You know, about 6 or 7 months ago, we wanted to go in a new direction. And I think the biggest thing for us is to bring in a super competitive camp, have really competition with every position. And, you know, a week or two into camp, we've had more than that. You know, it's been competitive, it's been high-spirited. Guys are for each other. You know, we've played a couple preseason games and we've liked what we've seen in those games. And this team has a chance to grow together, and at the end of the day, if we do those two things, we'll be okay.
You definitely made the decision last year, right around the trade deadline, to sort of shake things up, and you brought in Tyrese Haliburton and Buddy Hield from Sacramento. Let's start with Tyrese. What has he meant to this franchise just in the first 6 months that he's been here?
Tyrese is an incredible human being first. Like, he is a great basketball player. He's a better human being. And, you know, we saw him get in the community a lot this past summer, and, you know, he really believes in that. But on the court, you know, we felt like we needed our quarterback. And we needed our quarterback to be here, you know, 6, 7, 10 years and someone to build around. And, you know, I've had a lot of conversations with Tyrese. We went to dinner the other night, and he's all in. His upside is huge. And I tell you this, probably the biggest thing for me is when he steps on the court, I feel good because I know that he takes care of everybody else on the court. It's not about him. He is super unselfish. You see that in his play. You know, he's going to average 10 assists. He's going to be among the leading assist players this year. But more than that, when he gets in this locker room, the locker room we're in right now, I always feel like he's the best connector I've ever been around. He just connects people. And whether it's his bigs or, you know, T.J. McConnell as backup point guard, he just has this innate ability to make people feel good about being where they are. And he's very conscious about that. And I think you see that on the court, but you really see it off the court.
I asked him a couple of weeks ago about being a leader, and he said, I'm embracing leadership because the team is going to be a reflection of me. And if things aren't going the way we want, not just wins, losses, but on the floor, that's a reflection of me. It's pretty strong and powerful stuff, isn't it?
It really is. And, you know, great leaders, I've been around a few in my life, the Larry Birds and, you know, they're almost like unleaders, you know. They don't, you know, put on this, you know, Superman cape, I'm a leader. Tyrese does in a way that he just makes you feel good about being around him, and he'll do that this year. We're going to go through some great wins. We're going to go through some tough losses, but I believe character really steps out and shows itself during the tough times. I guarantee you he'll be right where he needs to be during the tough times too.
You look at the 18 players on the training camp roster, I think, Kevin, 11 of them are 24 years and younger.
That's young.
Yeah, that's young. You've got 3 rookies led by Benedict Mathurin, the number 6 pick, and what we've seen in Summer League and the preseason and his work ethic, I mean, he fits right in too.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable worker. I think that's probably, you know, when you draft a kid, you do pages and pages and hours of background work, and the background said he's going to be a great worker. He's been a better worker than that. And we have to kick him out of the gym a little bit. We're like, okay, that's enough. But I like that. We loved what we saw in Summer League. I think I was reading this other day that he led Summer League in PER per minute, which is a, you know, an analytic term, but super high hopes. I would say this, we're going to be patient with him. We're not going to throw him to the wolves. I've seen a lot of players in this league get thrown out there and, you know, not develop the way they need to. So, but he brings a bravado to our team that we really like. He's a super confident kid. He's not afraid of the big moments. And we're going to need that over the next couple of years. And again, we're going to grow him. We're going to grow him the right way, and super, super high hopes for him.
And then, Kevin, you have a coaching staff, a guy at the top who's won a title. He's runs the Coaches Association in the NBA, has a very talented staff. I mean, you've got a staff and a coach right there to do what you want to do.
Well, he's been through that before. High emphasis on looking at the long term, which coach is all on board. And then like this obsession with improving every day. Not just players, but, you know, our processes, his assistants, you know, just how do we create this really cool vibe around here where everybody's getting better? Because if we do that, we're going to wake up someday and be exactly where we want to. Not only tomorrow, but a year from now, and 3 years, and 5 years from now, and that's fun to be a part of, because every day you walk in the building, there's a good energy.
Kevin, we saw Fan Jam, the fan base really excited about this young group. You're now in a Gainbridge field house that's completed its 3-year renovation, the field house of the future. There's a lot of excitement from ownership, from Herb Simon to your front office. I mean, everybody's excited about what you guys are building, aren't they?
Yeah, you know, I would say this, you know, you start the season, everybody has these, you know, unbelievable, you know, excitement for the today and then for the future. But I feel like it's really authentic this year. You know, we have a path, we know our path, and when you can look a little bit to the long term, it allows you to think bigger. And for us, it wasn't about managing to the middle anymore. Like, how do we get to the playoffs? Yeah, we want to get to the playoffs, and we're going to have to get to that. We're going to have to get to the playoffs to get to the second round and so forth. But, you know, we have bigger aspirations around here. We want to be a contending team. We're not afraid to say that. We want to be a team that, you know, every single year has a chance to get in the playoffs and then make a move in the playoffs. And, you know, thinking longer term helps that, but it also keeps our excitement up too.
Well, I know we're all excited and looking forward to the year. Thanks for spending time with us.
Glad to do it.